You know that feeling when you are just working relentlessly, putting in all the hours, and then you look up and realize you haven't really moved?
Oh, yeah. It's like you're on a high-speed treadmill that's just keeping you perfectly in place.
Exactly.
It's the core paradox of work, isn't it? We've all been conditioned to believe that, achievement has to be painful. If you're not exhausted, you're not doing it right.
But what if that's just wrong? Today, we're diving into some powerful sources that suggest there are these strategic shortcuts, real productivity hacks that can get you huge results with way less effort. We're calling it the art of effortless achievement.
Welcome back to the deep dive. Our mission here, for you, the learner, is to pull out the most crucial insights from this stuff. We have to stop confusing motion with progress. Being truly productive isn't about doing more work. It's about doing the right work. It's how we all stop being fake busy.
Absolutely. So we've put together a clear roadmap from all this material. We're going to unpack 3 core areas that really define this effortless approach.
First up, we're going to look at some social and communication hacks. Specifically, how trust and, believe it or not, silence can be massive productivity tools.
Then we get hyper-focused. We'll talk about finding your unique zone of genius and applying this game-changing 955 rule.
And finally, we'll get into strategic life planning, managing your energy instead of just your clock, and how you can use some pretty cool AI tools to cut down on all that decision fatigue.
Okay, so let's start with that social side of things. Our sources are pretty insistent that building trust is maybe the single most important hack.
And the way you do it is, well, it's fascinating. It's about talking behind someone's back.
Okay, hold on. That sounds like the opposite of what you'd want.
I know. But we're not talking about gossip or anything negative. The hack is to always say something genuinely positive about someone to a third person when they're not there.
Ah, I see. So the logic is subtle. If you praise someone to their face, they might think you're just trying to get something from them.
Exactly. There's always that little bit of suspicion. But when you do it behind their back, you're showing that you're just a decent, honest person. Your integrity isn't just for show.
And that praise, it always gets back to them, doesn't it?
You should assume it always will. And when it does, their trust in you just skyrockets because now there's a witness, right? Someone else validated your compliment. And in business, that kind of trust is way more valuable than money.
The sources give a pretty good formula for this, too. First, it has to be honest. If you have nothing nice to say,
just stay quiet. Don't force it.
And be specific. Don't just say, she's good.
Right. Say something like, she is so good at solving problems with customers. The way she handled that situation last week was incredible. Praise the action.
Increasing the effort, too, not just the win. That's a big one. It motivates people to keep trying hard.
So if using your words carefully builds trust, the next level is apparently using your silence.
This one hits home for me. So many people, myself included, we feel this need to fill every quiet moment with.
Yeah.
Just filler words.
But the most productive communicators, they know that silence is leverage. It gives you control of the conversation.
So the technique is simple. You ask a really direct question, and then you just stop talking.
That pause can feel huge. But what happens is the other person feels this instinctive need to fill that space. And when they do, that's when they tell you what they're really thinking.
You could actually get better at this, too. Record yourself with an app like otter.ai. And just listen to how many filler words you use. It's pretty eye-opening.
So if strategic silence works, how do we avoid making the other person feel, pressured or interrogated?
It's about creating a space for honest thought, not forcing a confession.
Okay, so if the social stuff builds the foundation, finding your zone of genius is what really launches you forward.
This is the work that feels like play to you, but it produces these massive, unique results that other people find really difficult.
And a great way to find it is the procrastination rule. Just look at what you do when you're supposed to be doing your real work.
Right. Are you designing things on Canva for fun? Writing stories? Geeking out on crypto charts?
That thing you do to avoid work is often your hidden talent trying to get out. And if you build your life around that, you'll never want to quit. The sources give this great example of a creator who just paid someone to do all the boring accounting work.
And by focusing only on their genius-making content, their results tripled.
Which brings us to a really critical point. To protect that focus, you have to get really, really good at saying no.
The hell yes rule. I love this one. It's simple, but so effective. if an opportunity isn't a hell yes.
It's a no. And this is tough. I mean, I still wrestle with prompt drift myself. Just the other day, I accepted this meeting I knew was unnecessary just because the person asked so
Well,
nicely.
I've been there.
It cost me 2 hours of deep work time. I only realized later it was just shyness, not strategy. You have to be ruthless about protecting your focus.
But what about the tasks that are just necessary? The okay things, like admin, that keep the lights on, but aren't genius work.
The hell yes rule is for prioritizing. You time box the boring stuff and then you delegate or automate it as much as possible.
Okay, that distinction is really important, and it leads us from the 80-20 rule to something way more powerful, the 955 rule.
Yeah, most people know 80-20. 20% of your effort gives you 80% of the results. But the flaw there is that you end up trying to optimize the tasks that are just, okay.
The 955 rule is much more aggressive. It says that only 5% of what you do creates 95% of your success. You're looking for that one diamond task.
And to find it, you list everything you do for a week. Then you ask that one single, unforgiving question.
If I could only do one thing this week to make money or bring transformative value, what would it be? That's your 5%.
And that means you have to stop fixing the small stuff. Stop organizing your inbox for 2 hours. And here's the crucial part. Don't try to do a task faster if you shouldn't be doing it at all.
But doesn't hyper-focusing on that 5% risk, letting the other 95%, the necessary support stuff, just fall apart?
The 5% should drive what you prioritize. You delegate or automate the rest specifically to protect that core focus.
All right, let's shift from the daily focus to the entire year, the preloaded year. The goal here is to design your next 12 months before they even start.
Yeah, this is all about reducing that constant reactive stress. He uses that classic analogy. Your life is a jar.
The big rocks go in first. These are the most important things for your happiness. Big family trips, birthdays, health goals. You should schedule your vacation a year in advance.
Then come the pebbles. These are your big work projects and business trips. And last, you pour in the sand, which is all the small daily tasks, the errands, the emails.
And the warning is so clear. If you start by filling your jar with sand, there's just no room left for the big rocks. You have to put happiness in first.
A really practical way to do this is with a digital calendar. Use colors. Red for family, blue for work. You can see your life's balance in a single glance.
And beyond just planning time, we have to learn to manage our energy. Time is fixed. Energy isn't.
This is all about knowing your golden hours. If your brain is sharpest in the morning, that's when you have to do your hardest thinking work. The writing, the strategy.
And save the low energy times like that afternoon slump we all get for the easy stuff, answering messages, simple admin, that kind of thing.
Right. I mean, the sources point out that a tough writing task might take you 1 hour at 9 a.m. But if you try to force that same task at 4 p.m., it could take 3 exhausting hours.
That's a massive efficiency hit.
Huge. And we can also use what's called NET time, no extra time. This is about pairing two things together intelligently.
So listening to a learning podcast while you drive, or taking a one-on-one Zoom call while you're out for a walk.
Exactly. That movement can actually unlock your brain. It's
Yeah.
not just multitasking. It's using a simple physical activity to fuel a complex mental one.
And that idea of protecting your high energy time connects right into the 5 a.m. club concept.
Waking up early isn't really about getting more hours. It's about getting more quiet hours. Before 7 a.m., there are no notifications, no urgent emails. The world is quiet.
It's the perfect time for that deep work, for reading, meditating, or tackling your most important 5% task before the day's chaos begins.
And if you want to start, please don't just set your alarm for 5 a.m. tomorrow. You'll fail. Just start 15 minutes earlier this week. Once that's easy, go another 15. Small steps.
But if we map out our year so rigidly with this framework, does it kill all the spontaneity? Is there any room left for discovery?
The framework actually protects the essentials, which allows you to be flexible and spontaneous inside that structure.
Okay, let's talk about tools. Because simple commands AI prompts with models like ChatGPT or Claude can act like a neutral third party to help you make better decisions.
Yeah, this is the ultimate way to get out of your own head and get an unbiased opinion. Let's look at 3 really powerful ones.
But prompt number 1, finding your 5%. You literally just take a list of your 10 biggest daily tasks, paste them into the AI.
And you ask it 2 things based on the 955 rule. Which one task generates the most value? And which tasks should I stop doing immediately?
And the reason you use AI for this is that we're all emotionally attached to our work, even the low-value stuff. The AI has zero bias. It just connects effort to results.
It acts as this ruthless filter between what feels busy and what actually makes money. Whoa. Imagine scaling that 5% insight across a global business model. It would instantly show you where the real leverage is.
Right. Okay. Prompt 2, planning your year. You just tell the AI your big goals, 2 family vacations, launch 2 new products, and ask it to structure them using the rocks, pebbles, and sand method for you.
And just like that, it forces the big rocks in first. It takes all the stress out of your head because you can see how these huge goals can actually fit into 12 months without everything breaking.
And finally, prompt number 3, writing a perfect compliment. You give the AI a scenario like, help me praise my team member Wendy for how she handled customer complaints during the holiday rush.
And the AI will help you find the perfect words that focus on her actions and the results. It makes the compliment sound authentic and powerful, not just vague. It makes that talking good behind backs habit really easy to build.
But is there a risk here? If you're relying on AI for compliments, does that reduce the authenticity you need to build real trust?
I think the authenticity comes from your initial intention. The AI just helps you articulate that good intent perfectly.
So let's just recap the big ideas from this deep dive that can make success feel, well, less painful.
First up, master that social architecture. Build real trust by speaking well of others. Trust is the ultimate currency.
Second, find your zone of genius, that work that feels like play, and then protect it with your life using that hell yes rule.
Third, forget 80-20. Go deeper. Focus on the critical 5% of your work that actually creates 95% of your results.
Fourth, design your life. Plan your big rocks first with that preloaded year method so happiness is always the foundation.
And fifth, stop managing your clock. Start managing your energy. Match your hardest work to your golden hour.
The whole point of this is to escape that exhausting cycle of being fake busy.
Yeah, exactly. So here's the final thought we want to leave you with. Please don't try to implement all of these things at once. That's just a recipe for burnout.
Instead, just pick one single thing from this deep dive that really resonated with you. Maybe it's just getting up 15 minutes earlier. Or maybe it's trying that hell yes rule for 1 week.
Just commit to that one hack for 30 days. Get it to the point where it's easy, it's automatic, then and only then pick the next one. That steady, strategic approach. That's the real path to effortless achievement.
We really hope these insights give you some leverage for your time and your energy. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you next time.